And a very good morning to you from San Francisco, California. Welcome to a You ORNS pre-match, the first one of this brand new campaign. It is bright and early here in San Francisco, California. And of course, wherever you are in the world, I want to say thank you very much indeed for joining me on this very first, as I said, You ORNS pre-match of the brand new season. My name is Omar, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Of course, here in San Francisco, where it is just after 4 o'clock in the morning, and we are now just under half an hour away from the start of the brand new season for your Golden Boys. Of course, it is just after 12 o'clock in the afternoon in the United Kingdom, and of course, in South London, as the Valley gets ready to see the first football match of the season in the Championship between Charlton Athletic and Watford, as the Golden Boys are going to be playing in kits that look a little bit like this one. This kit, of course, this shirt that I'm wearing is from the 2021-22 season. That was the one Watford were in the Premier League in. It's the last time Watford were in the Premier League with this particular shirt. This is the third shirt from that particular campaign. It's a shirt that Watford only wore, I think, twice in the entire season, maybe once. It was at Manchester City that Watford wore this shirt. It was not a very good day when they wore this particular shirt, but bottom line is that Watford were in this shirt at Man City. And this shirt, again, is very much like the one they'll be wearing today. And that will be, of course, at the Valley. Watford in their green shirts today, their away kits, and we will see how all of that pans out. It's great to have you aboard here. And look, bottom line is that we've got a very good starting lineup. Let me just read that out to you. The very first starting lineup for the brand new season. I do hope you are well, dear listener, dear viewer, wherever you might be across the world. And let me just read out to you, a fellow Watford supporter, the starting lineup as named by the head coach of Watford. That would be Mr. Paolo Pezzolano. In goal for the Golden Boys is Mr. Egil Selvik. He is in goal for the Hornets today. Jeremy Ngakia will start at right back. You've got Kevin. He will be in the back line. Of course, he will be in one of the two centre-half pairings. Hector Cipriano, or Cipriano, will be a holding midfielder. And you've got Luca as your striker up top. Loser will be in that central midfield pairing as well. Bowler will be your left back. That would be Mark Bowler, your left back. And you've got Sissoko, who will also be roaming in the middle of the park. Mamadou Doumbia will be one of your forwards. James Abanka will be the other centre half in the defense. And on the wing, it will be Mr. Kwadwo Bar. So those are your starters. I know I didn't quite do that in the kind of formation order that you probably wanted, but I'm just reading it right now live off of the team sheet that was, or the starting lineup that was produced. And your substitutes today for your Golden Boys: Nathan Baxter in goal, Max Aline, who just joined the club only yesterday, in the central defense and centre half. He is off the bench. Tom Ince is off the bench as well. Semedo, who is a sensation in the forward line, he is also on the bench. TDB, Tom Deli Bashiru as well. Ido Kayembe, who has just made the team, of course, after coming back from injury earlier in the week. Jack Greaves, a very promising young lad who, of course, scored in the last friendly match that Watford played. That was against Deportivo La Coruña. That was at Vicarage Road last week. Ryan Andrews also, he will be doing the coming off the bench if he does at right back. And Nestori Irankunda from Australia makes up the bench as well. He is a really good winger, and I look forward to seeing him this season. Those are your substitutes. As you can probably tell, Georgie Chakvetazda not on the bench, obviously not fit enough to make the bench because, of course, he is still coming back from injury. In the off season, there was a toe scan, I guess. I haven't read anything yet on this. I've literally just come to this a few moments ago. He obviously did not make the bench today, so Georgie misses out for the first time in this campaign, as of course he's still coming back from injury. This game comes too soon for him. I don't know, dear viewer, if Watford have actually got any new players since Max Aline, who came in from Manchester City yesterday. The grapevine was, or the Watford Observer had said that Watford are expected still to get at least 2 more players besides Max Aline, including someone in midfield. So we will see if Watford have picked up any more, and I will take a look at that. But we are now, of course, the transfer market deadline for the summer will come to an end on September 1st. That's just roughly 3 weeks away. But our focus, of course, turns now to this game that's going to be played starting kickoff coming up at just under 22 minutes time, just about 22 minutes from now at the Valley. What are your forecasts for this particular contest? If you listened here to my YOU ORNS Friday Focus yesterday on this very channel, and I hope you subscribe to the channel, you would have heard me give, I have to say, a not too rosy picture of what this game will look like for Watford. I am quite concerned about this particular game. Now, if you tuned into the season preview, you will know that I was very bullish on Watford this season and where I think they'll finish. But on this particular day, for this particular game, I am not particularly bullish about Watford's chances as far as Watford visiting Charlton is concerned. Now, I pray that I'm wrong, but I would really like to know what your particular outlook is on the game, because I think that Charlton are going to win this game today. I know it's blasphemous, perhaps, to actually say that as a Watford supporter, a lifelong Watford supporter that I am. But as you know by now, if you've watched this channel for any number of years, you know that I call it as I see it. And I definitely am very honest with the assessments that I make about the club that I love so dearly, the club that you love so dearly. So, I just don't, I am really concerned about Watford today, only because on the first game of a new season, away from home, it's quite a tricky proposition. It's always difficult the first game of the season. There's a lot of excitement in the air, a lot of hope in the air, and I'm very hopeful this season as far as Watford are concerned. But for this first game of the season, I am very worried. I'll just be very, very frank with you. Watford do have a number of new lads in the team, some of whom have never played in the Championship before. And I do think that that's going to be a real factor today against a Charlton Athletic side, even though they have not been in the Championship for a number of years. A Charlton Athletic side who are going to have a lot to show their home fans, and that is something that is going to be the difference as far as I'm concerned. Now, listen, I am very pleased that our fans have filled out the 3,000 plus allocation, sold it out at the Valley. So I'm very excited about that. No doubt the Watford faithful will be cheering on the lads heartily and enthusiastically. I have no doubt about any of that at all. What I am concerned about is the fact that Charlton Athletic, coming back to the Championship for the first time in a number of years, are going to be flying out of the traps against the Watford side, who, while have been in the Championship for a number of years, have a number of new lads who are really going to, in my view, get an initiation to what the Championship is all about. And quite frankly, a manager who never has played in English football, never has managed in English football in a Championship game before until today. And I think he, too, Mr. Paolo Pezzolano, will get a real initiation. Now, look, I think that he's saying the right things before this game. He talked about the importance of staying focused and not making any mistakes, staying mentally switched on and engaged from start to finish, being smart, making smart plays. So he's saying all those things correctly, and I totally agree with him. It's one thing to say those things before a match. It's one thing to execute those things once the match starts. And when you've got a screaming home contingent like you're going to get at the Valley, whose team has not been in the championship for a number of years and are going to be raring to go out the traps. And the first 20 minutes of this game, as Paolo Pesolano, I think, alluded to yesterday, are going to be the biggest key of this game for me. Watford are going to have to start the game very well, and they're going to have to weather the storm very well. And even if Watford don't start the game well, they're going to have to weather the storm of this Charlton Athletic side, who are going to be with their tails up. They're going to come out on fire. They're going to want to show their home fans what all these years away from the championship have been about. They're going to want something to prove. They have something to prove. You know, they are new in the championship, and they're going to want to really show that home fan base what they are about and why they're in the championship. And so the home fans are going to obviously get behind them, and they're going to be roaring them on. And I'm telling you, Charlton will come out like gangbusters the first 10, 15, 20 minutes of the game. How Watford deal with that, to me, is going to be the difference between them winning the game, drawing the game, and quite frankly, losing the game. And if Watford can get through that first 20 minutes without conceding, then I think it could well be a very good game for the Golden Boys. If they could go in to halftime with a draw or up ahead in front of Charlton, I think it will be a good day for the Hornets. But as I said yesterday on the Friday Focus on this very channel, and please subscribe here, please hit the like button, and please tell your friends, your Watford fellow friends and supporters, about this channel at You Orns WFC. If Watford in this game do not deal well with the first 20 minutes, I think it's going to be a long day. And I do think that Watford, regardless, are going to face a very tough day here. And my prediction for this game was a Charlton 2, Watford 1 scoreline. Now, listen, last season, start the season, we went to South London last season against Millwall to begin the season. I predicted a 1-1 draw in that game. I think it was a 1-1 or 2-2 draw or something like that I predicted. And it ended up being a Watford win by 3-2. So I was close, but no cigar. I do hope that I am absolutely wrong about my prediction today, but it's just the way I see it for the first game of the season. There's really not much to go by. The preseason games, you cannot go by those. On paper, we look very good today. I like the lineup. I like the energy of the lineup. I like the dynamism and the freshness of the lineup. And I think it's a very athletic lineup. And I think you've got a lot of lads here who are going to just go hell bent for it. They're going to go for it, Watford. But on the day, I do think that it's going to be a difficult game for us. And I do predict that Charlton will win. Now, again, I do hope I'm wrong. But I just have a really, you know, when you get a feeling about a certain match, you might get a feeling about a match. No, it doesn't matter how much of a Watford fan you are. And you go into that match, whether it's the beginning of a season, the middle of a season, the end of a season, or a playoff game, or a playoff final. And you just, as a fan, as a supporter, you just have a feeling about the game, you know? You get a certain feeling about the game. You know that? You just get this feeling about the game, right? Today, I just had that feeling. I've had that feeling for the last couple of days, quite frankly. And so I just got to be frank about this, because this is the only way I am when it comes to the club that I love and anything in life, quite frankly. But when it comes to Watford, if I have that kind of feeling on a game, I'm going to tell you. And I do have that kind of feeling about Charlton. Now, getting some comments in on YouTube, and please continue to make those comments. AUGK Football Cards. That person may be from Australia. And that person is asking, do you like Iran Kunda? I do. I haven't seen a whole lot of him. Nestori Irankunda is the real deal, though. From what I hear and from a small sample size that I have seen, I think that he is going to be very dynamic for us. He plays along that front line. He can start left on the left wing, the left side of that forward three. He can start on the right-hand side as well, and he can occasionally go up in the middle as well. I think he's someone that gives you a lot of pace, gives you a lot of purpose. He's a very attack-minded winger, and he's somebody who doesn't mind on that left side getting into some really tight spaces, which I think is very, very good. I think he complements Quadwo Bar very well. Quadwo Bar is on the right-hand side, of course, of that forward three. And I think the two of them together, if they're on the pitch together, will be a very, very difficult proposition. I really think that that is the case. So that's my view about Nestori Irankunda. Of course, he is from Australia, and AUGK football cards then goes on to say he is from Australia, from a small town called Adelaide. I do know that town very well. Thank you very much for filling us in, and adds, we love him, and I think he will help you a lot. Enjoy the game. Thank you so much indeed, AUGK Football Club, football cards. I'm sorry. Really do appreciate your comments, and you added, I got to go now, but enjoy the game. Thank you very much indeed. I hope you enjoyed the game as well if you were able to watch there in Australia. We've had a number of Watford supporters from Australia from the past who have come into this forum and said hello and have given some kind words as well. So take care of yourself from down under and enjoy the football match or whatever it is you're doing at this time on a Saturday night in Australia, because that's what it is now. It's Saturday evening in Australia. And so thank you very much indeed, AUGK Football Cards, for your comments. The first ones of this brand new season here on You Orns pre-match here on YouTube. By the way, we are now just 11 minutes away from kickoff. And what I want to say to every Watford supporter who is watching this live or will be watching it later, that right after the game is over today, we will be here live on YouTube doing the You Orns post-match for the first time this season, of course, and we'll see what happened, whether or not my prediction was correct and how the Golden Boys did. And I do hope that I was wrong in my prediction, but that will be coming up here immediately after the end of the game here on YouTube for the brand new start of the brand new season, the first game of the season, which is coming up in about 10 minutes now from the Valley between Charlton and Watford. So come back here on You Orns WFC on YouTube right after the game is over, because I will be here taking your comments and talking about the game and just giving my assessments about how the game went. So please come back here. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/@YouOrnsWFC. That's right after the game. Also, will be on X as well at the same time. So we'll be doing this live on both X and on YouTube. Tristan has said hello to us as well. Tristan, hello. All right, Tristan, it's great to have you here. Thank you so very much indeed. Any idea why Vata is missing? Tristan, thank you for asking that particular question, because I was thinking about Rocco Vata even just a few moments ago, and not immediately as I was reading the lineup, but just a few minutes ago, I was thinking to myself the very same thing. I see that Rocco Vata is not in the team sheet, not on the starting lineup, certainly today, and not even in the starting lineup at all or on the team sheet at all, period. And I do not know specifically at this moment why Rocco Vata is missing. I will find out for you right now, if I can, what the story is on him. Perhaps he is either injured or the manager just left him off. Oh, let me just tell you, I found out now Rocco Vata misses out, according to Watford FC on their social media channel, due to a hamstring injury. So, Tristan, I have just got that information. Rocco Vata misses out due to a hamstring injury. That is from Watford FC's social media channel on X. I'm sure you can find that information on any of Watford's socials, but that is why, Tristan, that Rocco Vata is missing out. So that's a disappointment. We really could use him in a game like this. He is a kind of player who can unlock a game on that left side as well. But Iran Kunda is also a very good and very capable player. And I am looking forward to seeing what he brings, because I bet you he will come off the bench at some point during this contest. Yeah, Rocco Vata missing out due to a hamstring injury. It is unfortunate, Tristan. I totally agree with you on that. And he now is the second Watford player in this very, very early going, before we've even kicked a ball in this Sky Bet Championship season, who misses out due to injury. Remember, also today missing out due to a hamstring injury, rather, I should say. The second player who has done that now is Rocco Vata. Now, also missing out during a hamstring injury is, of course, Matty Pollock, who I think is going to be a big miss for us today in that back four. As far as I'm concerned, remember, Matty Pollock just last week, just over a week ago now, suffered that hamstring injury in that final friendly of the preseason against Deportivo La Coruña at the Vic, when Watford won that game 1-0. Matty Pollock came out of that game, had to be subbed off due to a hamstring injury. So now we've got two Watford players out due to a hamstring injury. And as you know, Matty Pollock is expected to be out for about a month with his hamstring injury. And Lord knows, hamstrings are tricky things. We know that. And so Rocco Vata could be out for as long as that, if not more, depending on the severity of the injury. And I do not know, Tristan, how severe the hamstring injury is for Rocco Vata, but he is not on the team sheet today because of that hamstring injury, according to the Watford FC's social media channel on X. So that is a bit of bad news there. But we do have a deep squad this season. The owner has done a very good job this off season in the summer transfer market. And again, he's not done. According to the Watford Observer, there will be another couple of players at least coming in, one in midfield, one maybe on the wing, or maybe at the right back position side. We'll see. But I am very excited about what the owner has done. Very pleased about what the owner has done in this off season. By the way, I should tell you that you can also find yours truly on Substack. So please head to You ORNS on Substack. Please subscribe there. It's You ORNS on Substack, and I'll tell you how to do that. So you go to type this into your search browser. It would be YOUORNS and the number 1.substack.com, which you should be able to see in the description of this video. So please click on that and subscribe there, because I'll be doing a lot of writing this season on Watford and how they do. And obviously, I'll be also doing some video from there post-match as well. But today we're going to start off with the YouTube experience here on You ORNS. Hello, J Vlogs. How are you? J Vlogs, how are you? Hope you are well on this Saturday afternoon. And we are now 5 minutes away from kickoff, and I'll be wrapping things up shortly. Now, Jay says, Chak not playing either, ? That's correct, Jay. Georgie Chakvetazda not playing today. He had a toe scan yesterday because, of course, he's still coming back, as you know, from that off-season injury, that he actually had from last season, where he missed the last few games of last season, and he's still rehabbing from that, and he was due to have a toe scan. And from what I am learning, obviously, the results of that toe scan, whatever they were not enough for him to come back for this first game of the brand new campaign. Maybe the toe scan went well, and the manager and the club and the physios just wanted to be precautious and be on a precaution with Georgie. That's very possible. Or just perhaps, look, they just wanted, just to sit him out. Or maybe the scan came back and it didn't come back well. And so maybe they decided to obviously not play him. Obviously, they wouldn't play him if the toe scan was positive. If the toe scan was negative, they may have said, hey, look, we just want to for precaution's sake, first game of the season, let's keep him out. maybe we'll bring him back against Norwich. I do not know what the status of the toe scan is, Jay, so I can't tell you one way or the other. But as you point out, he is not, you asked the question, he is not on the team sheet today. So no, he will not be playing in this game. Of course, Watford will play on Tuesday night against Norwich City. And so Watford play in the Carabao Cup on Tuesday night at the Vic against Norwich. So we will see if he appears then. But I have not been able to access information prior to this particular YOU ORNS pre-match on Georgie. But certainly by the time we do the YOU ORNS post-match today, right after the match is over, here, you please come back here. I'll be able to talk more about Georgie and, of course, everything to do with Watford on their travels today in South London. Well, that is it for now. We're just 2 minutes away from kickoff between Charlton Athletic and Watford in the very first game of this brand new season in the Championship. I want to thank you all for joining me here. My name is Omar here on YOU ORNS pre-match. Thank you very much. Thank you for your comments in the YouTube chat. We'll be doing this again immediately after the end of the game. So if you're here, please join us, won't you? Like this video as well, subscribe to this channel, and tell your friends about it as well. My name is Omar. Take care, and come on, lads, go on, get on with it. Let's do this today. Prove me wrong, please, and come on, you golden boys. And from me, Omar, enjoy the game. Be well, take care, and once again, enjoy the game.